Good morning. So I have a couple of things I want to talk about. The fires in California. This was something that I read or came across my vision the other day. So I just want to throw this out here and see if you guys can wrap your head around this, or if this is just me thinking this and there's no way this could be true. In some of the stuff that I watched, there has been a little bit of a hint of maybe some of the weather being played with. So I'm going to start with this. So if we know, or if I feel in my soul that there are humans, there are beings or soulless beings, we'll say the dark side, the evil side. I don't even know how we want to describe them because there's many theories of who, what, where they come from. That if they are willing to put children underground in cages, some of you know about that, some of you don't. We'll get into that at a later date. But if they are willing to do that to human beings, I would say they are willing to do almost anything to get their way, to keep the power, to do whatever they need to. So one of the things that came across my, I still want to say desk, it's not really my desk, but was a post about California being in debt really, really, really bad, and that the only way that they could get money from the government was by creating a state of emergency because of their misappropriations of funds. And apparently they've been trying to get money to bail them out for a long, long time. And Washington, D.C. is not agreeing with this. So one of the ways to get money from the government is to have a state of emergency. I don't remember a lot of fires happening in California over the years. The last big one I remember was 2018 because, I watched Housewives of Beverly Hills, and a bunch of their houses got burned or they got chased out from that. So here we have 2020 and we have another big fire in California. So that's just a random thought to think about. Is it possible? I saw something this morning that said that they're showing, sorry, I got an itch here, that they're showing that a lot of these fires in California were started by arson. So that's just something to think about. We all know that, I've heard them talk about weather machines and having snow created in the mountains when maybe the real weather didn't create snow in wintertime. They have snow machines that can create snow in the mountains. So if they have things that can create or change the weather, it makes me think that they could do it for good and bad. So that's where I want to go with this next thing. I had this all planned out in my head this morning, and now I'm having a hard time bringing it out. Let me think about this. Okay, so this is where I want to go. One of the things that I have heard, and again, I have absolutely no truth or no proof that this stuff is true other than just a feeling in my gut. The more I have shown to me, the more things make sense, the more things start adding up, and it just seems like more stuff keeps getting dumped in my lap that it's like, oh my God, not that. Yeah, that makes sense. So I have heard this in the past, and it also kind of adds up with we'll say the evil beings, humans, soulless, reptilians, whatever you want to call them. I don't give a shit. That they create havoc in the world because they get energy from our negative energy, our negative emotions. We've all heard of that phrase, psychic vampire, I think. People who are in low vibrations will sometimes go to places that are higher vibrations because it'll make them feel better. I guess that is a form of psychic vampire, only they get energy from negative emotions, and that I've heard that basically they will park their ship over war torn areas and suck up that negative emotion, or like devastation from hurricanes or tsunamis or any place where there is a lot of devastation, that they will kind of park above that and soak up that negative energy. So let's just think about this. If we are being told that the light is winning right now, which it seems to be, if the dark knows they are losing, would it not make sense that they might be creating havoc in the world because they're losing their power, they're losing energy, and they need some place to feed off of? I did hear once that Katrina might have been one of those places where they parked their ships over and sucked a lot of that devastation energy from there. My nose is itching like crazy. I'm sorry, that's not normal when I'm trying to do a video. I don't know, maybe that's my guides telling me I'm onto something here. Okay, so again, that Dorache or whatever that happened in like Nebraska and Iowa like a month or a month and a half ago, it was some sort of rare weather event. I mean, it wasn't anything like we've ever heard of. I've never even heard of that word before. Something about that, after I started hearing about some of the stuff about maybe weather had been played with on the negative side, that something about that felt, here my nose goes again, something about that did not feel natural to me. So I just want you to think about that. I think that's just what I want you to think about, is if there are beings out there that will harvest children to gain power and energy, would they not do it in other ways that would be devastating to us? I guess that's all I want you to think about. And the other thing is, I'm going to throw this in at the end here. It's 9/11. We all remember what happened on 9/11 in 2001. And this is also something that I have learned in the last few months as my eyes have kind of opened up to what's going on and the reality of stuff, and kind of forgetting about everything that we were taught, and maybe being shown more of what was really going on. There was a economic reset that was about to happen right at maybe the day of 9/11. I've heard bits and pieces, and there's a lot of talk about it right now on certain channels, that 9/11 was set to be a global reset, or I guess maybe a national reset for us. Debt forgiveness. A lot of things were getting ready to come out. It's just basically sitting there in a package, and several presidents have like started to bring it out, and we'll just say the powers that be have stopped it. There was a big reset that was getting ready to happen on 9/11, and they said Alan Greenspan had a scheduled meeting at like 10 a.m. to tell the world what was happening, and then 9/11 hit at like 9 a.m. and stopped that. And that was done intentionally. So if you guys haven't heard that 9/11 was done intentionally to stop a national economic reset where it was going to have debt forgiveness, a lot of other stuff, go look it up. Look up Gisara and Nisara. See, National Economic something, NESARA, or I don't know, Nisara. You would think I would have these memorized. I watch it all the time. But anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. If that's something that you have never heard, look into it, because we are in the reset right now. Things are happening behind the scenes that we don't know about. And it sounds like maybe finally this president that we have right now is going to get this national reset out, where all the other ones got stopped, all the other presidents got stopped. So anyway, that's all I have to say. I know this was kind of rambling today, but it's been on my mind about the weather thing. And then, like I said, again, I saw something the other day that was talking about how do you get a state that is in horrible, horrible, horrible debt to get money funneled to them? You have a state of emergency. So I would say California is in a state of emergency right now, and we know how long they've been in debt. I mean, that's common knowledge along the lines. I mean, that's been discussed for years. So anyway, that's all I have to say. Everybody have a great day. It's Friday. Bye.